Rain hammered the city with the fury of an ancient god, a wall of water obscuring the horizon. Liam had to strain his eyes to make out only blurred shapes through the constantly working wipers. Hammering drops beat on the roof, on the glass, drumming out the rhythm of his own despair. He was rushing to a call, another very important client, another chance to get chewed out by Mr. Thorne. His boss's recent words, poisonous as a snake bite, echoed in his head. This man had disliked him from the first day, as if sensing a stranger, an outcast in him. He'd stuck him with this heap, creaking and falling apart, just like Liam's own life. At the intersection, stopped at a red light, Liam squeezed the steering wheel until his fingers ached. Why did I choose this prison on wheels? The thought was an old, throbbing scar. Humbled himself, scraped together pennies, caught contemptuous glances. He wasn't made for this. The green light flashed, and he pressed the accelerator, and instantly, a dull, ominous thud under the hood. Damn it. The suspension was making a death rattle. And of course it would be his fault. He'd be blamed for all mortal sins, forced to pay for the repair of this metal coffin. No, such a fate was unthinkable. But there was no way out either. He was alone in this huge, indifferent city, with no connections, no one to turn to. Bitter memories washed over him. Dispatchers, helpfully passing golden orders to their own, leaving him scraps. Injustice ate under his skin, making him doubt everything. He was an orphan who'd scratched and clawed for everything, relying only on himself. The orphanage, whose walls suffocated him, the caregivers, indifferent to the point of cruelty. There he learned to survive, but not to trust. His sense of right made him an outcast even among the other abandoned kids. They ran away, caused trouble, while he stayed, bound by fear and some kind of inner righteousness. He dreamed of breaking free, finding a place where he'd be accepted. But where? With no family, no support. Liam had only been lucky once. The state paid for his driving lessons. That became his only skill, a lifeline. He moved to the capital, grabbed onto any opportunity. Driving a taxi was his last refuge, and Mr. Thorne, his taskmaster. He rented a tiny apartment on the outskirts, another testament to his situation. Every day was torture under his boss's gaze. At times it felt like he was a target, the focus of everyone's hate. But quit! Where would he go? He decided to prove his worth, even risked suggesting a couple of ideas to the depot manager, about buying oil, about efficiency. The manager praised him. Mr. Thorne nursed a grudge. This was his chance for revenge. He lasted 2 weeks doing everything flawlessly, giving no reason for complaint. But this call, the boss smirked a little too sweetly, sending him off. Liam felt Mr. Thorne knew something. A sharp swerve. Tires squealed. A figure darted right in front of the car. Liam managed to brake at the last moment. His heart plummeted to his stomach. A woman. Pregnant. She somehow waved her hand strangely, as if falling, blocking the road. Are you out of your mind? Liam gasped, barely recognizing his own voice, hoarse with shock and anger. Why? Why did she throw herself under the wheels? He leaped out of the car, shouting, Tired of living! I'm late! My boss is going to make my life hell. Couldn't you use the crosswalk? She sank heavily onto the wet curb, her shoulders shaking with silent sobs. A pang of guilt pierced him. Pregnant. What was she rushing for? What if it was contractions? Thoughts whirled. To somehow atone for his anger, he offered, Come on, you'll get soaked through. The rain isn't stopping. In the car, she looked at him strangely, piercingly. A chill ran down his spine, as if he hadn't picked up a person, but a ghost. He shook off the dark thoughts, extended his hand. Liam. Taxi driver. The answer hit him like a blow. I'm Anya, a former inmate. An icy current flooded down his spine again, stronger, scorching a path. Who had he picked up? You couldn't make this up. Anya noticed his hands trembling. Relax. I'm just a former convict. It's nothing serious unless you're one of those who think women belong only in the kitchen, not behind bars. No. What are you saying? he choked out, feeling the words stick in his throat. Things happen. No one is immune. I don't even know what will happen to me tomorrow. Anya placed her hand on his shoulder. Her gaze was unexpectedly calm. I'm not a fortune teller, but I'm sure your life is about to change drastically. Liam felt uneasy. Tomorrow, he was just waiting for his boss to find a reason to fire him. That's when the new life would begin, without money and possibly without a job. His thoughts took him back to childhood, to that muddy abyss of memories of being an orphan, of constant struggle, of dreams of a family he had buried long ago. Anya interrupted his thoughts, saying she needed to get to an address and would definitely pay. She gave him the street name and house number. He winced. Oh, come on, don't worry about it. I understand. No money. How many have there been? Promised to bring it out and then just disappeared. I'll take you for free. She lowered her head, almost whispering, I'm not a beggar. I had to spend time where you breathe the dream of freedom, but that doesn't mean I lost myself. You're mistaken. Her words sounded strange, mysterious. Okay, have it your way. Liam shrugged, inwardly smirking, but not a step past that address. I have a booking. They drove the rest of the way in silence. Liam watched the road. Anya looked at her lap. Her shoulders still trembled. At the bank they arrived at, a nervous joke slipped out. Look, don't clean out the whole bank or they'll come for me too. Anya just waved her hand and got out. He didn't take the money. He waited to see what would happen. 5 minutes of silence. No sirens, no police, just ordinary people. Convinced she hadn't robbed the bank, he drove on. A thump on the dashboard. Well, that's the booking done. My boss is going to skin me alive now. The client he was late for said nothing, just gave him a heavy, disapproving look. That was enough. A showdown was inevitable. The drive back to the office was a torturous silence. His heart tightened like a vice. He couldn't object to anything. He almost ran into the office. Brandon, his constant rival, walked past and gave him a malicious smirk. Brandon always snagged the best jobs. Rumours circulated that he was cozying up to Mr. Thorne. The thought made Liam sick. Hatred for Brandon distorted his face. Mr. Thorne came out of his office. Ah, Liam! Just who I need. What's with your face? You hate me, do you? Come on, I'll add more poison now. That was it. The sentence. Everything inside him tensed to the breaking point. In the office, the setting of which seemed intentionally made even more miserable. An old chair by a massive desk, the vanished flowers from the windowsill. Mr. Thorne smirked. Like it? Your future interior. Brought it so you could feel what poverty and despair are like. Know why? Humour overload? Liam mumbled, feeling his voice tremble. Partially, Mr. Thorne slapped him on the shoulder. But not now. I know about you being late. Thought if you went to another city, I wouldn't find out. Traffic. The car's falling apart. Liam tried to justify himself, knowing it was useless. His boss put on this performance only for his own ego. Pointing to the chair. Sit down. No thanks, I'll stand. He clenched his fists. Fine. I installed a tracker. Saw your whole route. Stops, alleys, the bank. Opened accounts there. They cancelled phones after all. The mention of the bank burned him. Could Anya have... Could he be an accomplice? You didn't see anything else? No. But this is enough. How should I punish you so you'll remember it for life? A reprimand? Liam pleaded. Too weak. At that moment, without knocking, Brandon entered. Well, did you tell him? He asked, looking at the boss. What's going on? Liam lunged at Brandon. You're fired, buddy. Brandon grinned mockingly. Liam turned back to Mr. Thorne. But you can't. I've done so much for you. You crossed me. Dare to shine in front of the manager. Because of you, I lost my bonus. You think I'll forgive that? You're fired. Go get your severance. As if struck, Liam stumbled back. At the door, he stopped, looked at Brandon. Buddy, you say? We'll see about that. His gaze fell on the old chair. Anya's words. Your life is about to change drastically. She was right. On autopilot, he picked up his severance pay, walked outside. The wind ruffled his hair. A cold unknown awaited him. Again, the thought of the bank. What if she did rob it after all, and his boss just got rid of him to hand him over to the police later? He brushed the thought aside, trudged towards the bus stop. On foot or by bus, that was his new transportation. Without a profession, without family, alone in the world. Sadness squeezed his chest. At the bus stop, whispering something to himself, he didn't notice the passing buses. An old woman with a heavy bag stopped. "Son, why the long face? The weather's nice." "The weather's nice. I'm not. Got fired. Because of the boss." She squinted, came closer, whispering, "Don't despair. It wasn't intentional, was it? Your time will come. When it does, don't turn it away. It's fate." "Are you all in on this?" Liam flared up. "Everyone's talking in riddles. Explain what's happening." He waved his arms. The old woman vanished like a shadow. Dazed, he got on the bus. Sparky, his only warmth, awaited him at home. He fed the cat, lay down on the sofa. Loneliness weighed him down. Dreams of a family that seemed impossible. His neighbour, Mrs. Gable, was right. You couldn't live alone like this. A sudden knock at the door. Strange, he wasn't expecting anyone. He cautiously asked, "Who's there?" "It's me, Mrs. Gable. Open up. We'll have some tea." Puzzled, he opened the door. Mrs. Gable. "Oh, were you crying? Let me wipe that. No need for tears." "I'm sorry, Mrs. Gable. Tough day. Not really up for tea." "Of course, Liam. It's my birthday, 77. I couldn't not treat my favourite neighbour." He nodded sheepishly. "I was swamped. Forgot everything. And about your personal life. I know you're not seeing anyone, but it's time. You need a family. It's not right to live this way. But your family is waiting for you." "Oh, Liam." She sighed. "They come for a couple of hours. They're not interested in an old woman. If my husband were alive. As it is, I sit and watch others enjoying themselves." "I see," Liam said quietly. "But it's not meant to be for me. Always working just to survive. And now, I got fired. I'll have to economise. That's a shame. But don't give up. What are we doing at the door?" "Let's go to the kitchen. I'll take care of you." He didn't refuse. They set up an impromptu table. She cut the cake. "Eat. Salad, sausage. I'll have just a little because of my age." "Mrs. Gable, does kindness come back?" "Of course. I helped many people, and they helped me in return. Though not many come by now. But I don't hold a grudge. Why are you asking? Did you give someone a free ride?" "You know everything," Liam chuckled. "Gave a girl a ride. She didn't have money. Let her go." He didn't mention the former inmate or the pregnancy. He didn't know how she'd react. The tea party ended late. He put the leftovers in the fridge. He needed to figure out what to do next. Opened his laptop. Job vacancies. Everywhere required experience, education, Lada. The only option. That's how his new life began. He no longer drove a wheel. He worked outdoors. He thought about why he came to the capital, what he planned and what he got. He'd regressed, surviving again, like in childhood. He longed to see his parents, but he knew they weren't there. They'd abandoned him, like a toy you could return. Nights were spent tossing and turning. Work, home. Where was there room for love? Mrs. Gable was right. Loneliness was scary, especially in old age. He didn't want to become an old man nobody needed. 2 weeks passed. He got used to the new job, stopped fearing Mr. Thorne. But Anya's image surfaced more and more often. Pregnant. She probably didn't need his problems. But the desire to see her didn't let go. One day at the bus stop, he saw the old woman with a heavy bag walking towards him. She waved. He closed his eyes, opened them. She was gone. A hallucination? He decided he needed rest. At home, Sparky greeted him, purring, rubbing against him. He lay on the sofa and fell asleep. He woke up to her plaintive meow. The cat hissed, fur standing on end. Someone was scratching at the door. The cold ran down his spine again. His hands felt numb. The scratching turned into a confident, feminine knock. "Mrs. Gable?" He hurried to open the door. Anya stood on the threshold, in an expensive coat. "Hi. Recognize me?" She smiled. "Hi. It's hard to forget you. Can I come in? Or is this a bad time?" "Sorry, I'm not feeling great." He let her in. "So much has happened. Thought you'd forgotten. Had a hard time finding you in this Moscow. Easy to get lost, isn't it? That's the capital for you. Sorry if I reminded you of the past." "It's okay." Anya walked into the kitchen. "The past is far away, but there are things that need to be finished. I need your help." "Great, just like that day." He chuckled, putting the kettle on. "Like going from a taxi driver to a loader again." "Liam, the baby's due soon. I need to get back what was stolen. My half-brother, Marcus, and his mother, Eleanor, took over my business. They need to be punished, and I need the company back." Tears flowed down her face. Liam hugged her, felt her trembling. His heart ached, helpless but full of determination. He had to help. He ran a hand through her hair. "Okay, but how? They probably have connections." She pulled out documents. "All the money is here." He looked at her in surprise. "But you said they took everything from you." "They did." Her voice became heavy. "They didn't just take the company. They took my father. He died while I was inside. I found out after he was buried. They didn't even let me say goodbye." He hugged her again, and without thinking, kissed her. Anya responded, pressing herself against him as much as her belly allowed. They stood for a minute, lost in the embrace, as if they had met after a long separation. A spark flew. "I like you, Anya. And I like you, Liam. I knew it then. You didn't flinch when you learned about my past. What was I supposed to do? Kick you out? People often shy away, look with contempt. That doesn't bother me. I'll never hold it against you. Let's see about the company. I withdrew some of the money, not all," she pointed to the figures. "Needed to get myself sorted and pay important people to find you." It occurred to Liam that she might have turned to Mr. Thorne. "Did Sergei Petrovich help you by chance?" "I don't know who you're talking about." "If it matters, no," Anya answered sharply. "Other people. Couldn't expect more from them. Now lawyers will force my stepmother and Marcus to return the company." Liam agreed to help without expecting payment. It was a matter of principle. He knew what betrayal felt like. They found the best lawyer, Mr. Hayes. After long discussions, he agreed. Liam learned that Anya's father had opened an account in her name shortly before his death and transferred almost everything there. Her stepmother didn't know. Her father had taken care of her future, but couldn't save her from prison. Perhaps he was trying to atone for guilt. Anya was going all in. Liam quit his new job to help. He kept an eye on Eleanor and Marcus. Marcus was a spendthrift, he'd relaxed. Eleanor was calculating, managed skillfully. "Good. They aren't expecting me," Anya chuckled, hearing his report. "We need to act decisively. They probably have backup plans." "You know best," Liam countered. "I just want everything to work out for you." The lawyers prepared the lawsuit. Liam and Anya built their relationship. Soon they moved into a new apartment, bought by Anya with money from her father's account, along with Sparky. They had no doubt this was a beginning. The words of the old woman and Mrs. Gable had come true. Fate had repaid him for his kindness. Anya bought him a luxurious car. He initially refused, then accepted. "When the time comes, I'll repay you." He took over communicating with the lawyers. They reported that Eleanor and Marcus were stirring. They sensed danger. "See, your activity didn't go unnoticed," Liam said to Anya. "Let them know they'll answer for it. How do you like the car? Was it what you wanted?" "Best gift ever." He hugged Anya, felt her warmth, whispering, "You two are my everything. I'll see you soon." He gently stroked her belly. Anya understood. He had accepted her and the babies. He was the one. Eleanor sent Marcus. Liam intercepted him near the entrance, recognized him immediately. Well, hello there. Where are you rushing off to see your sister? Excuse me, do I know you? Marcus stammered, hunching over. He wasn't expecting this. I'm not very well, but I've heard things. Not happy about what you and your mother did. What the hell? Let me pass. Marcus lunged towards the entrance. Liam grabbed him by the collar, shook him. Listen, you worm. I know everything. This wasn't just maliciousness. It was a crime. Let's step aside. People were coming out. Marcus tried to draw attention. Liam swiftly, but not hard, punched him in the stomach, led him towards the car. Now no one will bother us. Tell me, who put you up to framing Anya? And don't lie. I'll know. It'll be worse if you do. Marcus nodded, trembling. Mum orchestrated everything. Wanted the company. Tanya was in the way. Asked me to make sure she disappeared. And you put her in prison? Liam asked angrily. What else could I do? Didn't want to kill her. At least you had that much sense. What else do you know? I swear, nothing, Marcus whimpered. I don't believe you. No, why? Anya's father died suddenly. Isn't that strange? He was old. Heart, Marcus said ingratiatingly. Seriously, he was 54. He didn't complain about his health. I found out something. I dug up dirt on you and your mother. You're on the hook. The phone rang. Anya. Love. I'll be there soon. A shout from the phone. Contractions. Get me to the hospital now. Liam looked at Marcus, frowned. Go. I'm letting you go for now, but it's the end for you soon. Marcus fled like a bullet. Liam rushed home, called an ambulance, went with Anya. They didn't let him into the delivery room. He waited. Half an hour later, Dr. Adams came out. Well done, you didn't panic. Your wife will stay for observation. They're false contractions, but labour is coming soon. But there are still 2 weeks. Nature decides. Twins are a generous gift. Be happy. Thank you. But they aren't. Liam wanted to say the babies weren't his, but he stopped himself. The doctor had taken them for husband and wife. Something shifted inside him. He went outside. A window on the 2nd floor opened. Anya. I love you. He took a deep breath. And I love you. And our babies. The doctor said, we're husband and wife. And you didn't like that? On the contrary. And I know what to do. Wait. Stay a little longer. Anya pressed herself against the window frame. I didn't get anything done. The company? Maybe let it go. No, Anya. Get ready for the babies. I'll see this through. He rushed down, got in the car, and drove to the lawyers. They were waiting for him. Mr. Vasilievich, please have a seat. Mr. Eduardovich? Everything is ready. We can begin. Elena Vladimirovna has driven the company into bankruptcy. What? All for nothing? No. I found solutions, stopped the collapse. Anya Yevgenyevna will get the company back in a passable state. It will require investment, but with her money, there won't be problems. She won't be able to for a while. She's at the hospital about to give birth. Understood. We will proceed through you. You are familiar with the documents. After talking to Liam, Marcus told his mother. They considered going to the police, but a court summons arrived. Their benefactors warned them it would be serious. Eleanor ignored it. Marcus panicked, resigned from his positions, and started packing his things. He realised they would corner him. He took a risk, called Liam himself. During the conversation, Marcus confessed. His mother poisoned Mr. Vyacheslavovich. He hadn't seen it but heard her give herself away after the death, saying the medicine worked. Liam passed the information to the police. Eleanor was arrested. For fraud for now. Marcus was placed under house arrest for cooperation. He still faced prison time. Several days were spent unravelling everything. Liam was with Anya every day. He couldn't imagine himself without her. She was happy to be needed. A nurse allowed them some time alone. Liam got down on one knee. He proposed. It was so touching that Anya couldn't refuse. This is happiness, she kissed him. She suddenly clutched her belly. Contractions again, my water broke. Staff rushed in. The delivery room, 3 hours of eternity. Dr. Adams came out. Congratulations, Dad. Boys, one is 3700 grams, the other 3500. Liam cried. He hugged the doctor tightly. How happy I am. 2 sons. He repeated it loudly. Anya heard from her room, smiled through tears of joy, looking at the babies. The next day, Liam was back at the lawyer's office. Mr. Edwardovich informed him that Eleanor received the maximum sentence for fraud. Marcus received a suspended sentence. Most importantly, we will return the company to Anya Yevgenyevna. The documents are being prepared. Everything will be finalised in a week or 2. And congratulations on the birth of your children. I wish you all the best. Thank you, but... I know everything. Everything will be fine. Liam understood. The lawyer was aware. He would keep their secret. They had become almost friends. A week later, Anya was discharged. Liam arrived in the new car. Flowers, champagne. At the entrance, a taxi. Mr. Thorne got out. Well, look who it is. A taxi driver again? Where did you get a car like that? Hope you're well, Liam laughed. It's mine. Yours, I see, needs repairs. Oh, come on. Anya appeared with the babies. Darling, you weren't tired of waiting. Liam handed her the flowers, the nurse the champagne. He took the babies into his arms. No, my love. I could wait forever. He kissed Anya, turned to Mr. Thorne sarcastically. How did you manage to go from a boss to a taxi driver? He didn't listen further. They had something far more important. A week later, Anya herself went to the lawyers. The company was back. Mr. Edwardovich had expedited the process. He testified in court, proving the fraud of Eleanor and Marcus. Anya restored her reputation, stopped the bankruptcy. They decided to manage it together. Liam became her personal driver, / assistant. That's even better. I won't have to pick up strangers. All right, my love, but that's part-time work. The rest of the time, you're my assistant. Eleanor received the maximum sentence. Marcus got a suspended sentence and moved to the countryside. They never heard from him again. Soon they applied for a marriage license. A week later, they were married. The old woman's words came true. Happiness arrived. He didn't turn away his happiness. They invited Mrs. Gable and Dr. Adams. There was no one else to invite. An orphan and a woman who lost loved ones due to greed. They shared one fate. The babies were registered under Liam's last name. He insisted. Anya didn't object. Her resilience was admirable. They pulled the company out of the crisis. It was working, bringing in income. All the old staff had to be fired, steeped in resentment. Liam hired new ones, personally vetted by him. Anya didn't forget her father. She came to his grave. Next to her mother, she stood there crying. A cruel fate. But it also corrected the mistakes. Perhaps her parents' help from the other side?